Did you find Mr. Goff?
No, I've checked every room in this entire wing. This is insane. He has to be somewhere. What about the waiting rooms?
I already checked them. This is crazy. Katie, I only left him alone for like 2 minutes. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Allison. What is wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, wait. Katie? One of you has to tell me. Please?
I did something really terrible. I lost Mr. Goff.
Did I hear you right? Did you say you lost a patient?
I'm really sorry, Dr. Hughes. I left Mr. Goff right outside of his door in his wheelchair, and I went inside to help Katie change the sheets, and when I came out, he was gone.
And Mr. Goff is Dr. Dixon's patient.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
I'll go check the ER, see if you want up down there.
I'll check the solarium.
And I'll call security.
What can I do?
Find it.
No. You just stay right here and you...
No, Mom, this is my responsibility. I have to keep looking for him. Mr. Goff!
Did she say responsibility? My daughter said responsibility. Hey, shh!
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, John Dixon around?
Are you a patient?
No, I'm a friend. I hope. Hey, John.
I'm busy right now.
You busy? You ticked off?
A little bit of both. What kind of game are you running on Paul, huh? He's one of your best friends.
Yeah, I had my reasons. You gotta trust me on that.
Trust you? Fine. You tell me the reasons you hurt a friend like that.
I had
Didn't make somebody really
problems. I had problems, and there was only one way out.
Well, I guess Molly's right. When you run with a rough crowd, huh? I don't want to believe it. What the hell happened to you?
What is this? Look at the disappointment on your face. I didn't want to let you down, that's for sure.
You should worry more about letting yourself down.
You have no idea. I'll talk to you.
Oh, well, then you tell me, okay? You help me out here. What is it? Gambling debts? Drugs?
No,
you stab your friends in the back?
Right
what is it
now.
about?
It's done. It's over.
I'm talking like a very simple memorial service. And no offense, could you just stop calling him the deceased? His name is Paul. Paul Ryan.
Donovan went to Memorial Hospital.
You better not be in the emergency room telling some cop why his face hurts.
Went right to reception. He was looking for some friend. So, back to Chicago?
Actually, I'm in the mood to do a little fishing. I'm dying to find out what makes Rose DeAngelo so irresistible to our pal Dusty.
All I'm asking you to do is clear up a few inconsistencies in your statement.
Well, why don't we clear up yours first? Like the fact that you, one of Oakdale's finest, have just been released from jail for being an accessory to kidnapping after the fact?
You finished?
How dare you interrogate me? I haven't committed any crime.
You better hope not, lady. Because if I find out you had anything to do with the fact that Carly's missing, there's gonna be...
Whoa. Carly's missing?
You can't go down the halls yelling.
He's not in the solarium.
How else am I supposed to find him?
Is there a problem?
Do you want to tell him or should I? Allison misplaced a patient, Mr. Goff.
Did you tell Dr. Hughes about my shoulder?
I only let him alone for like 2 minutes, and when I came back, he was gone.
Well, has anyone checked the men's rooms?
No, that's a really great idea.
Men's room. Why don't you leave that job to me, huh?
Right. Thanks.
See how helpful
Mom,
he can be?
please.
You guys, sorry to interrupt. Mrs. Scott seems to think she's seen something.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I saw Jeffrey walking away.
Jeffrey?
Mr. Goff. He comes to my room to play gin rummy when he can't sleep.
Mrs. Scott, wasn't Dr. Hughes supposed to release you today?
After he looks at my shoulder.
Right. Well, you'd better wait in your room for him.
You're right. These halls are full of germs. Take me back to my bed, honey.
Sure, Mrs. Scott.
Oh, just call me Myrtle. Everyone does.
Did you find him?
No, nothing yet, but I haven't finished looking.
Maybe you should talk to Myrtle. Mrs. Scott, she said that she saw Mr. Goff leaving.
Myrtle also saw the Easter Bunny last month. She sees a lot of things that would just blow your mind.
Well, I'm sure she's not wrong all the time. Now, why don't I finish checking the men's rooms, and you all visit with Myrtle, and I'll join you when I'm finished, all right?
As Allison would say, whatever.
Mom, this is not the time to go all Google-eyes. My life is going through a crisis.
When isn't it?
Come on. Mom. Mom, come on.
You don't want to tell me about these lowlives you're involved with? Okay, that's your business. I can't make you. But maybe I can make you stop for a minute and think about all the people you're hurting.
You don't think I think about that. I think about it all the time. I did what I had to do. I'm having trouble sleeping. Especially now.
Especially now. Why? What are you talking about?
Munson just stopped by. Paul Ryan had a plane crash off Nova Scotia. No one survived.
Does Barbara know?
No, just Rose and me.
I'm surprised she would have anything to do with you.
I can't go back, you understand?
Look, listen to me. It's time you grew up. You better grow up. It's way past the time.
Dr. Dixon.
Not now.
It's urgent.
What?
One of your patients, Jeffrey Goff. He's unaccounted for.
The man's had huge doses of narcotics for his pain. He's going to wander out in the street and get himself killed. Come on, don't just stand there. See if you can find Mr. Goff. Is anybody running this hospital? I gotta call Barbara.
No, wait a second.
Listen to me. You're not a kid anymore. You are a man. You start acting like a man, huh? You've always known the right thing, Dusty. So you remember that. And you do it.
Yeah, right. You know, I don't know if I'm really ready to talk about this memorial service. I'm gonna have my sister call you tomorrow. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry, we're closed.
Sure you can't make an exception? It's kind of an emergency.
No, I'm sorry, we have an emergency right here, so please.
The thing is, my little girl's graduating high school tomorrow. And she just told me that if I didn't get a trim, I'd embarrass the heck out of her. She says to me, Pop, you can't show up all shaggy like her, or else I'll just die.
She calls you Pop?
Yeah.
So I call my dad. You need a haircut? I need my Pop. Come on, sit down now. Make your daughter proud.
I really do appreciate this, Miss.
Sure, me too.
Was it Miss?
Rose.
Rose.
Call me Rose.
Ah, Rose. So this must be your palace.
Yes, it's my palace, and you are my first customer. So, a little off the top.
Whatever you think.
Okay. I don't know. Looks good to me, but I'll try to make your daughter proud. You just stay there, and I'll do all the work.
So, you new in the hair business, or have you owned places like this before?
No. Actually, I was a vice president at a big corporation before this.
Really?
Yeah. Thought I had the world by the tail. A hotshot vice president job. I was dating this great guy. Supposed to have it all. Didn't work out.
Hey, don't cry, pretty lady. I didn't mean to make you cry. Just tell me what's wrong. Maybe I can help.
Well, it looks like your reinforcements have arrived. Now you can both question me.
Jack, are you trying to interrogate my wife?
Don't try to help me, please.
Are you telling me that Craig doesn't know?
Know what?
That your wife was the last person to see Carly.
Detective Snyder here thinks that I've offed my sainted
I
sister.
just want some questions answered, Rosanna, like why you lied.
About what?
Rosanna said the last time she saw Carly was at the station. I have an eyewitness that will swear that Rosanna was outside Hal and Emily's watching Carly through a window after that.
Oh, yes, and then what did I do? Drag her into the bushes and beat her with a stick?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Jack, Carly has disappeared on more than a few occasions, and usually it's because she has problems with you, nothing else.
If you're suggesting that Carly left of her own free will, timing's a little off, don't you think, Craig? She's almost 8 months pregnant. She wouldn't jeopardize her child like that.
Exactly, Jack. She's a little stressed. She had a particularly bad fashion show, and you didn't exactly stand by her. You assumed she had stolen her work from somebody else?
When in fact, the only person who was stealing anything was you. Why don't you call that team of lawyers you keep on contingency and tell them to be ready?
Why don't you go to hell?
Because if Carly doesn't show up soon, you'll be answering more questions, Rosanna, and it won't be in the comfort of Emma's kitchen.
You're welcome, Jack. No problem. Anytime. Please drop by. My God, I sell my multi-million-dollar company for $1 to get all of your collective butts out of jail. And then what happens? You all just worry about Carly.
No, I'm not worried. So she decides to lay low for a little while.
No, she didn't exactly make that decision on her own. I kind of encouraged her to get out of town. And for once, I think my stupid sister took my advice.
And then when I was 20, I met Mr. Scott. It was love at first sight, for him at least.
Mrs. Scott, please try to focus. Mr. Goff is still missing, and this isn't helping.
I'm sure I didn't mean to bore you.
I'm sorry, but we just need to know which way Mr. Goff was going when you saw him.
I'm tired. I want Dr. Hughes.
Myrtle Scott. Heard so much about you. Hello, I'm Dr. Decker. Would you ladies mind giving us some time alone? I need Mrs. Scott's help with something.
Oh, of course, Doctor. Just call me Myrtle.
Well, you have beautiful hands.
Oh.
Did you play the piano?
Why, yes. I was a concert pianist once, if you can believe it. One night I played for a woman I was told was Anastasia. She was much older than I.
Allison, I want you to explain to me exactly how you can lose one of my patients.
I didn't mean to. I was just trying to...
Have you called the police yet?
No, I called security. They're starting the search.
No, I don't think this is the time for halfway measures. I think we should call the Oakdale PD.
I'm following standard operating procedures.
This is hardly a standard operating situation, is it?
What is that supposed to mean?
I would think you, better than anyone, would know that.
Enlighten me, John.
As chief of staff, I think you might be a little bit leery of a possible malpractice suit.
Of course I am, but I'm not about to panic and call the police.
We have had more than our allotment of mistakes around here lately, and some of them have been at your hands. Now, let's be very careful about this hospital.
Well, Myrtle did see Mr. Goff walk away when Katie and Allison made his
Which way did he go?
This way.
Thank you. A doctor I can count on.
Did Mrs. Scott say anything else?
Actually, she said he went that way, if you'd like to check it out. I must have gotten confused when I was talking with Dr. Dixon.
It happens to the best of us.
I should go with Dr.
Allison,
Hughes.
let him go alone. He needs to.
Well, Dr. Decker, you not only have that bedside manner thing down, but you're a pretty good friend. That was a really lovely thing you just did for Bob.
Well, I owe it to him. If it wasn't for Bob, I wouldn't be here with you, would I?
Sure you don't want to tell me what's wrong? Might make you feel a little better.
You don't want to know.
Try me.
I just found out that somebody that I really care about died.
Sorry about that. Who was it? A friend?
He was my fiance. I mean, my ex-fiance. I mean, are you getting any clue here how complicated my life is?
Maybe that's a good reason that you might want to tell somebody about it.
Was your fiance, was he involved in the company you worked for, or?
No, but the worst thing is that right before he died, I did something so bad. I hurt him so bad. Did you ever do anything to somebody that you wish you could just take back?
No. Let me tell you a little something about guilt, Rose. It's a waste of time. When you were vice president at that big corporation, did your boss ever tell you to add up the pluses and ignore the minuses?
No, Miss Walsh was the direct opposite. She said guilt is a good thing. Keeps you from being selfish. She'd be all over me right now for me. They're doing this to you, dumping my problems on you. She'd say, make it up to that guy. And I'll do that. Yeah, let me get you one of our soon-to-be very famous Hollywood facials. You're gonna love it.
No, I'm not really the facial type.
Everybody is. They just don't know it.
Another pearl of wisdom by your famous Miss, what was her name, Walsh?
No. This is something I knew before I worked at Worldwide.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
As in worldwide industry? So that Mrs. Walsh would be Lucinda Walsh?
Yeah. Cinderella had her fairy godmother. I got my Miss Walsh. Careful, it's a little hot. Hey, Dusty.
Russ. Why are you taking customers right now?
Well, I had an offer that I couldn't refuse. Just a minute. You just sit back and relax and enjoy yourself. I'll be right back in a minute.
Oh, I'll enjoy myself, Rosie. Especially now that I know who some of your friends are.
You told Carly to leave town?
Warning you, Craig, if you stick up for her one more time.
I only stick up for you. Listen, I just don't want the police to get the idea that you have anything to do with Carly's disappearance. Well, just tell me what happened.
She was wretched to me. And I decided that I had had enough.
What'd she say?
For months, I've been telling you that there's nothing going on between Craig and me. I've been denying it all this time, but if you want to know the truth, you were right all along. What are you saying? What are you saying, you and Craig? No, not exactly. More like Craig and Craig. Craig and Craig's imagination. I had an epiphany today, which I shared with that self-absorbed little weasel, by the way. I told him whatever it is, weird infatuation or love sickness, whatever, he's got it for me. Why else would he be doing all of this stuff for me?
Shut up, I don't want to hear this.
No? Well, you better. And then, maybe you might want to spend a little time figuring out what it is about you that keeps driving away the man you love and pushing him toward a woman who doesn't even want him.
She just said her usual hateful things, that's all.
No. She hurt you. I see that.
Oh, she hurt me. But she never will again.
Who? Ooh, that sounds ominous.
Why does everybody always assume that I'm a bad person?
What?
No, I find a way to keep from being destroyed by Carly's vindictiveness. And I'm a criminal?
Hey, Rosanna, I am on your side.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For how long? Until you decide that I've done something wrong and you leave me again? You abandon me. Carly attacks me. Jack interrogates me.
Hey, forget about Jack. Forget about Carly. I have.
Oh, really?
All right?
You expect me to believe that when the first words out of your mouth are, Carly's missing? Not, how are you, Rosanna? Is Jack harassing you, Rosanna?
I was a tad startled.
Startled? Try stricken.
Listen, Rosanna, listen. You have to understand something here, all right? Carly has been a friend of mine for some time now. She was my business partner. And I can live without Monte Carlo. I can live without Carly. I can live without a lot of things, but I will not live without you.
Right.
Well, I will consider what you said.
You don't go all CEO on me. I am not some startup looking for an investor.
Is that right? Since when?
Yes. Since I realized how lucky I am to be your husband. I used to want power and wealth and fame exclusively. Then I realized that the only thing that really matters is right here, all wrapped up in you.
Okay, Rosanna, let's see what you got. Nothing. Rosanna done to you?
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Are you out of your mind here? You searched her car for a
I left the
warrant?
scarf in the car. I'm going back with a warrant tonight.
Bob signed a release after he prescribed a muscle relaxant. This has got to stop.
I lost it with my customer out there. And you walk in, I start thinking about Paul. I mean, that's why I'm giving this guy a facial, because I was sobbing all over him.
You're just going through a lot right now.
You know what the problem here is? I want to plan this memorial service for Paul, you know? Talk about how much he made of the life that he had here, that God gave him, that I love him and I miss him. But on the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, what right do I have? I'm the last person on earth that should be giving Paul a service.
Hey, what are you talking about? You love him.
It wasn't enough. No.
Paul died because his plane went down. Not from a lack of love. You have that memorial service. You say goodbye to him the way you want to.
Thank you. Let me get back to my customer. I can't.
You all right?
Yeah, thank you. Oh, look, I apologize for you. It took off. You didn't even pay me for anything.
He left a tip, and you must have made a good impression. $50.
Mr. Goff. Mr. Goff, are you all right?
Well, not if you keep sneaking up on me like that.
Oh. I'm sorry, but a lot of people have been looking for you. You were reported missing, you know. A nurse, would you bring a wheelchair, please?
The swimsuit edition of Sports Time hit the stands today.
Well, that's great. Listen, the next time you decide to take an excursion, let someone on the staff know first, okay?
Well, I didn't make anyone look bad, did I?
Actually, you made someone look good. Well, let's get you back to your room. And then, easy, I'll let Dr. Dixon know that you've been found.
If only you were as good at showing love as you are at professing it.
How can you say that? How can you say that? You asked me to accept Aaron, and I did. All for you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
For Sierra, not for me.
I do not live to please Sierra. She is not my wife. That is no one but you.
You're so charming.
But
I need more than the occasional feel-good moment, Craig. I need a husband who knows who he's married to. I'm tired of feeling like I am competing with Carly and your ex-wife.
I have no competition. You are my entire present. You are my future. I love you more than Manhattan at dawn, than Paris at midnight, than Miles Davis, than creme brulee. So please just come on. Yeah.
You had me at creme brulee. I can't come home to fair winds yet, so you'll have to be patient.
Al Craig is a surgeon, not a patient. And I want you home. So just, come on, see us.
Yeah, I'll get right on that, Cal.
Margot.
All right, yeah, I will, of course, as soon as I find her. Okay, bye.
What about Carly?
No, another missing person. Hal just found out.
Wait a minute, Hal's working on another case. He promised me he was going to make Carly a priority one.
Please. We just found out that Paul Ryan died in a plane crash.
Barbara know?
No, not yet. That's why Hal wants me to find her. He asked me to help.
Well, then, who's looking for Carly?
We're still on it, Jack. It's just that now Barbara is a priority, okay?
Listen to me. Rosanna had something to do with Carly's disappearance. I'm almost sure of it now.
Oh.
Don't you even care enough to ask why? You think I'm making this up?
No, I don't. But I do think that without you even knowing it, you're stuck in some old familiar pattern. Carly gets into trouble, you ride to her rescue, you guys get back together again, and I think that maybe you're making Rosanna the bad guy here so that you can get another hero.
This isn't a game, Margot. Rosanna hates Carly, hates her with a passion. I'm not really sure you understand that.
Jack, since when is sibling rivalry a crime?
Since I found Carly's scarf in Rosanna's car.
What, are you not? Are you out of your mind here? You searched her car
I
for a
left the
warrant?
scarf in the car. I'm going back with a warrant tonight.
Jack, courts are closed.
Yeah, I don't care if I have to drag a judge out of bed. Rosanna knows something about what happened to Carly. I'm not waiting till the morning to find out. So, are you in or out?
Yeah, I'm in. Man, I wish I weren't, but I'm in.
Decker, which way did you say Mr. Goff went?
Toward the south wing.
Yes, but I've been over every inch out there. Nobody's seen him. This is ridiculous.
You had us so worried.
Well, looks like you have quite a welcoming committee, Mr. Goff.
Well, I just wanted some new magazines.
Yes, it seems that he is less than thrilled with our selection of periodicals.
Senior Sunsets? Spare me.
And unfortunately, I found him before he could do his shopping. So, Allison, would you go down to the gift shop and get all the sports magazines that you can find? And then, Katie, would you take Mr. Goff back to his room?
Oh, sure. It'd be my pleasure, Dr. Hughes. I am not taking my eye off you for a minute, young man.
What do you say, John? Should I call the police?
Going, Dr. Hughes.
Well, I couldn't have done it alone. Thank you. Now I think I will discharge Myrtle and thank her, too.
And, Doctor, check on her shoulder. It's a little knotted up.
Can I buy our hero a cheap cup of coffee?
That sounds like a good idea, but let me finish with the last page first, all right?
I didn't lose Mr. Goff. He lost himself.
My dad found him. Looks like he's still somebody's favorite doctor.
Is it real?
Legal tender. Suitable to frame.
What? Oh, yeah. Frame the first dollar from, yeah, I know. All that stuff.
How you feeling? Doing better?
Yeah. Food help. Thanks. You know, this is part of me that just wants to run to church, you know. Say my novenas, light my candles for Paul. There's this other side of me that wants to run to the edge of the Atlantic and say, I'm sorry, Paul. You know, I'm sorry for what I did.
Paul's not gone because you broke his heart.
I don't know that. So how can you know that? I mean, how could either one of us know that we didn't hurt him so bad that he got on that plane and he didn't care what happened to him?
I guess we don't know.
How do we live with ourselves?
We're gonna do it together. I'm here for you. We're gonna help each other get through this. Just you and me.
It's some bond, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. I want to go home.
I'll help you close up.
No, not really. You don't have to do that for me.
I can't move back into Fairwinds tomorrow.
Why not?
Because it's a big decision. And with Jack breathing down my neck, practically accusing me of murder, I have a few things to think about.
We are still married.
I need time.
How much?
I don't know.
What, a day, a week?
I don't know.
All right. But, give me something to tide me over, will you? Just one kiss. Kiss.
One.
One kiss.
Little one.
Right here.
You're a lousy husband.
Well, maybe, but you're changing me.
Into what, I wonder?
Someone who can trust. I do love you.
Good night, Craig. I love you too.
I heard that.
You weren't supposed to.
Yes, but I did, and I think my night got a little better.
Your night. I still have to deal with Jack.
Oh, Jen, please. Carly's 8 months pregnant. Where's she gonna go? She's gonna come home and this witch hunt will all be over.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And then?
And then you will have no reason to delay coming home.
Okay.
This week,
I did not kill her.
another murder in Springfield. Who is connected?
There's only one thing that ties all of our victims together, and that thing is my sister Eden.
Who is suspected?
Where were you again when your wife was killed?
And who is running scared?
You are the only person who can tell them I didn't do this.
This week on Guiding Light.
Oh, that's quite a trick, Dr. Decker.
Excuse me?
Well, sending me after Mr. Goff in the wrong direction.
Well, you know, sometimes I get my left and my right confused.
Do you think that might have been one of those times?
Actually, no.
Let me tell you something. Since you're determined to play politics here, you should remember what I said earlier. Bob and I have had our differences about this place, but he's a friend of mine. And I respect him as a doctor. So don't you confuse my concern for ambition. I just want to be sure that Dr. Hughes is healthy and he can do his job and that this hospital stays open.
Well, In my opinion, Dr. Hughes is in excellent health.
Good. Which way do you think I could find him?
Well, you'll have to see him tomorrow. After he checked out Mrs. Scott, he and Chris went home.
Mrs. Scott. Very helpful in finding Mr. Goff. Maybe I should say thanks.
Give him my regards.
Decker, get in here right away.
Crash cart?
No, it's too late. She's dead.
What happened?
Bob signed a release after he prescribed a muscle relaxant. This has got to stop.
You have to stay to help me lock up the place. I mean, nobody's gonna be knocking over my cash register. I got all my money right here.
No, there are a lot of nasty people out there.
You're telling me that? Atlantic City's no Harvard education, but thank you. Thank you for keeping the bums away from me.
Let me walk you to your car.
Punk thinks he's got it made this time.
That hairdresser's his new hustle?
See, the trouble with you, Stanley, is you never look past the obvious. That hairdresser is very tight with a woman who could buy and sell this town in one phone call before breakfast. Dusty'd be a fool not to stick around. So would I.
So what'd the DA's office say?
They're going by the book. Carly won't be considered a missing person until the 48 hours are up, which means I'm not going to be able to get that warrant until tomorrow morning, so Rosanna has all night to remember she's got Carly's scarf in her car.
No, come on, Jack, where are you going?
I'm going back to Emma's.
What? To stake out a car? Come on, I know you're scared, but I also know you're not stupid, Jack. You're thinking with your emotions, and that's dangerous. You gotta. This is
You're
business.
wrong, Margot. For me, this is as personal as it gets. Rosanna's going to destroy that evidence. She's got me as a witness.
Thank God. Now Jack will never find it.
On the next As the World Turns.
What's this? It is your letter of resignation. Sign it before somebody else dies. What'd you do with the evidence?
Well, I don't know. It might help if you told me what it is.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. And I'm a little tired of playing guessing games, so why don't you just tell me what it is?
Jack, what business do you have with my wife?
Same as yesterday. Police have reason to believe that Rosanna may be hiding evidence that could explain what Carly is.